Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Maths by Samit Deshmukh. In this video, we are solving last three remaining examples from this miscellaneous exercise. Means last three examples from this chapter also. So if you are new on my channel, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon so that you will get the notification of every newly uploaded videos. So last three examples are also word problem. So you see what are the condition. The sum of three numbers means example is related with numbers. In such cases question is to find out the numbers. So again observe what is the question, find the three number using matrices. So let us denote the required three numbers by x, y, z. So we are supposing that let the three number be x, y, z, and according to given condition let us see what equations we will get here. Our first condition says that sum of three number is 2, means sum of these three number, which three number x, y and z is equals to 2. This is the first condition. Now this is the first equation which you are getting from the first condition. Observe the second condition. If twice the second number means 2y, because second number is y here, is added to sum of first and third is added to sum of first and third. First is x and third is z, gives 1. So let us simplify it. First write down x, then write down what term of y, that is 2y, then write down term of z, that is plus z, and on this side keep 1 as it is. This will be our second equation which you have got from second condition from this example. Now observe the third condition, adding 5 times the first number. Adding 5 times means 5 times the first number means 5x is added to what? The sum of second and third. Sum of second and third means second is y and third is what? Z, gives 6. We get 6. This equation can be written as 5x plus y plus z is equal to 6. This will be our third equation. In this way we have got three equations using given condition in the example. Now we are solving these three equations applying reduction method. So first write down this equation in matrix form. So therefore matrix form of equation is, whenever we are writing the given equation in matrix form, so in the first matrix we are collecting the coefficient of x, y and z. So what is the coefficient of x, y, z in the first equation? Here we can observe that 1 1 1. In the second equation 1 2 1, and in the third equation 5 1 1. In the second matrix we are collecting the variable, and on this side we are collecting the constant term which is 2 1 6. As it stands, we are solving this example applying reduction method. So we have to convert this first matrix into upper triangular matrix. To convert it into upper triangular means all the element below this diagonal element should be 0. So how many elements are there below this diagonal element? 1 2 3. Let us try to convert these three elements into 0. So this element belongs to which row? R2. So our operation is on R2. From R2 if we are subtracting R1, so we are able to say that this element will become 0. Later on, to convert this 5 into 0, so we can observe that it is the element of R3. From 5 we have to subtract 5. So here let us check whether we will get 5. Yes, if I am multiplying to R1 by 5, 1 into 5 will become 5, and 5 minus 5 means we have to take what? Subtraction to convert this element into 0. So perform these two operations on the element of R2 and R3. Let us see what we will get here. Since the operations are on R2 and R3, that's why keep the element of first row on both sides as it is 1 1 1, and on this side what? 2. Now R2 minus R1. R2 minus R1 means 1 minus 1 is 0. Then 2 minus 1 will be equal to 1, and 1 minus 1 is 0. On this side 1 minus 2 will be equals to minus 1. Just we have performed this operation on both sides. Now let us perform this operation. Here operation is on R3, but we are using corresponding element of R1 and we are multiplying to R1 by what? Minus 5. So multiply by minus 5. 1 into minus 5 is minus 5. Minus 5 plus 5 will become 0. Multiply by minus 5 plus 1 is minus 4. Again 1 into minus 5 is minus 5. Minus 5 plus 1 will be minus 4. Multiply by minus 5. 2 into minus 5 is 10. 10 minus 6 will be equal to minus 4. Lastly, if we are able to convert this element into 0, this matrix will become upper triangular matrix. So our operation is on R3. What is the element of R3? Minus 4. Let us check whether we will get 4 here. Yes, if I am multiplying by 4 to R2, we will get 4, and we have to take the addition here, because plus 4 minus 4 will become 0. So let us perform this operation on the element of R3. So our operation is on element of R3, so we are keeping element of R1 and R2 on both sides as it is. What is the element of R1? 1 1 1, and R2 is 1 0 1 0 1 0. Now we are performing this operation on element of R3, and here we are using corresponding element of R2, and we are multiplying to R2 by 4. So 0 into 4 is 0, 0 plus 0 is 0. 1 into 4 is 4, 4 minus 4 is 0. 0 into 4 is 0, 0 minus 4 is minus 4. Again here 4 into minus 1 is minus 4, minus 4 minus 4 will become minus 8. So here we can observe that this first matrix becomes what? Upper triangular matrix. So take the multiplication. Next step is to take what? Multiplication. Once this matrix becomes what? Upper triangular matrix. So we know that whenever we are taking multiplication of two matrices, we are multiplying by row to the column. So x plus y plus z. So here we'll get x plus y plus z. On this side 2 minus 1 minus 8, keep it as it is. Multiply by second row to this column, 0 plus y plus z, 0 plus 1 into y is y, and 0 into z is 0. So means we are getting y, then 0 0 minus 4z will be minus 4z. Here we can observe that these two matrices are equal. So that's why we are applying definition of equality. By equality of two matrices, we can say that x plus y plus z is equals to 2. Again, y is equals to minus 1, so value of y is known to us, and minus 4z will be equal to minus 8, which implies that z is equals to minus 8 divided by minus 4 means 2, means value of z is equal to 2. Once the value of y and z is known to us, to find out value of x, substitute this value in equation number first. Let us denote it by next equation, equation number 4. So we are substituting these values in equation number 4. Now put y is equals to, value of y is equal to minus 1 and z is equals to 2 in equation first. Observe the equation number first, keep x as it is, replace y by its value minus 1, z by its value 2, and on the right hand side 2, keep it as it is. Let us simplify this equation. Here x is equals to 2, keep it as it is, 2 minus 1 is 1, plus 1 on this side will become 1. So x will be equals to 2 minus 1 will be equal to 1. So in this way we have got the value of x, y, z. So we can say that required numbers are 1, what is y, minus 1, and z is equals to 2. In this way we have got our 3 required number which satisfies the condition in the example. Now see the example number 7th. In this case it is given to us that an amount of rupees 5,000 is invested in 3 types of investment. So how much amount is available? Rupees 5,000, and this 5,000 is invested in 3 different types of investment. So let us suppose that amount invested in 3 investment be rupees x, rupees y, and rupees z. Means rupees x is the amount invested in first investment, this is rupees y is in second investment, and rupees z in what? Third investment. So using given condition, let us see what linear equations we will get here. So observe the first condition, the amount of rupees 5,000 is invested in 3 types of investment. So here we have already, according to our supposition, amount x is invested in first investment, amount y is invested in second investment, and amount z is invested in what? Third investment, and sum of these 3 investment is equal to available amount. How much amount is available? 5,000 amount is available for investment, means we will get what equation we will get? X plus y plus z will be equals to 5,000. Now observe the second condition very carefully. At the interest rate of 6%, 7%, 8% per annum, means rate of interest on first investment is it's 6%, on second investment is 7%, and on the third investment it's 8% per annum. Now what is the given condition? Total annual income. So annual income we are getting in the form of what? Interest. Whatever may be the interest we are getting, that is nothing but our annual income on this investment. So how much amount we are getting from this investment? Rupees 350, means total annual income from this investment is rupees 350. Now let us see how much amount we are getting from first investment. How much amount is invested in first investment? X, and on this amount we are getting how much interest? 6%. 6% means what? 6 upon 100, means this is the interest which you are getting on our first investment. On the second investment, how much interest we are getting? 7%. And how much amount is invested in second investment? Rupees Y, means on this rupees Y we are getting 7% interest. 7% means 7 upon 100. And third investment is Z, and on this amount how much interest we are getting? 8. So 8 upon 100, and this is the interest which you have got from first investment, this from second investment, and this from third investment, means this is our yearly annual income, which is equal to 350 according to given condition. Let us denote it by equation number first. Let us write down this equation in the simplest form. I am just simply multiplying both sides by 100 to eliminate this fraction. If I am multiplying here by 100, 100 will get cancelled, we will get 6x. Here we will get 7y. If I am multiplying here by 100, here 100 will get cancelled, we will get 8z. And on this side, if I am multiplying by 100, we will get 35,000. Let us denote this value by equation number 2. Now read the last condition in the example very carefully to form the third equation. So if the total annual income from first two investment is 70 more than income from the third investment. First let us try to find out how much annual income we are getting from first and second investment. From first investment already we have seen that how much amount we are getting? 6x upon 100. From second investment we are getting 7 upon 100y. This is what? Annual income which we are getting from first two investment. And what is the given condition? This annual income from first two investment is how much? Is 70 more than third investment. 70, and how much amount we are getting? Interest we are getting from the third investment, that is 8% of Z. And this sum will be differ by what? This sum and the amount which you are getting from third investment is differ by how much? 70 rupees it is given to us. If I am multiplying both sides by 100, so this equation will become 6x plus 7y minus 8z will be equal to, on this side also we are multiplying by 100, so on that side we will get 7,000. So in this way we have got three equations. So once the equation using the given condition in the example is formed, then our aim is to solve this equation. So we are giving priority to solve this equation applying reduction method. So first write down these three equations in matrix form. So matrix form of equations is, so we know that whenever we are writing the equation in the matrix form, in the first matrix we are collecting what? Coefficient. In the first equation, what are the coefficient of x, y, z? 1, 1, 1. In the second equation, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. In the third equation, 6, 7, minus 8. In the second matrix, we are collecting variable, and on this side, we are collecting what? Constant term. In the first equation, constant term is 5,000. In the second equation, that is 35,000, and in the third equation, 7,000. Now, to solve this equation applying reduction method, we are trying to convert this matrix into upper triangular matrix. So here we have to convert these three elements into 0. So let us convert first element into 0. So operation is on R2. What is element of R2? 6. From 6 we have to subtract 6. So we are multiplying to R1 by 6 and we are taking subtraction. So that 6 minus 6 will become what? 0. Here better way perform this operation. R2 minus R3, that 6 minus 6 will become 0, and even 7 minus 7 will also what become what? 0. So let us perform this operation on the element of R3, R3 minus R2. Okay, so perform these two operations here. First operation is on the element of R2 and second operation is on the element of R3, means there is no operation on the element of R1. So on both sides keep the element of R1 as it is, 1 1 1. So well, our operation is on R2, we are using corresponding element of R1, we are multiplying to R1 by minus 6. 1 into minus 6 is minus 6, minus 6 plus 6 is 0. 1 into minus 6 is minus 6, minus 6 plus 7 will be 1. Again, 1 into minus 6 is minus 6, minus 6 plus 8 is equals to 2. On this side, 5,000 into minus 6 is minus 30,000, minus 30,000 plus 35,000 will be 5,000. Now perform this operation on the element of R3, the R3 minus R2, 6 minus 6 is 0, 7 minus 7 is 0, minus 8 is minus 16, and on this side 7 minus 35 will be equals to minus 28,000. So here we can observe that the first matrix becomes what? Upper triangular matrix. Since the matrix becomes upper triangular, the next step is to take the multiplication of these two matrices. Whenever we are taking multiplication, we are multiplying by row to what? Column. So let us multiply by first row to first column. So 1 into x is x, 1 into y is y, and 1 into z will be equal to z. On this side 5,000, keep it as it is. Then 0 plus y plus 2z means y plus 2z will be equal to 5,000, and lastly 0 plus 0 minus 16z will be equals to minus 28,000. So now here we can observe that these two matrices are equal, and since the matrices are equal, so we are able to apply the definition of equality of two matrices. So by equality of two matrices, let us see what we will get here. So here what will be our first equation then? X plus y plus z will be equals to 5,000, denoted by equation first. Then y plus 2z will be equals to 5,000, denoted by equation number 2. And lastly minus 16z is equals to minus 28,000, which implies that z will be equals to minus and minus on both sides will get cancelled. On this side we will get 28,000 divided by 16. Let us perform this division. So here we can observe that these two numbers are divisible by 4 4s and 4 7s. So again 70, here we are getting 70 means 2 2s and 2 35s. So 35 here will get 0 0. Again this number is divisible by 2, so we will get 1750, means what value of z we are getting here? Z is equal to 1750. Now substitute z is equals to 1750 in equation second. So observe the equation second, y plus 2z, but z is what? 1750. On this side keep 5000 as it is, so which implies that y is equals to 2 into 1750 will be equal to 3500, plus 3500 on this side will become minus 3500, and 5000 minus 3500 will be equals to 1500. In this way we have got the value of y is equals to how much? 1500. So once the value of y and z is known to us, put this value of y is equal to 1500 and z is equal to 1715 in equation first. Observe the equation number first. What is equation first? X plus y is 1500 and z is 1750, and on the right hand side 5000, keep it as it is. So x is equal to 5000, keep it as it is. Their addition will be equal to 3215. On this side it will become minus 3250, so which is equal to, and their difference will be equal to 1750. So means in this way we have got the value of x also. So therefore we can say that amount invested in 3 investment are rupees 1750, rupees 500, 1500, and rupees Z. Z is what? 1750 respectively. So in this way we have got amount invested in 3 investment, which is nothing but our required value. Now we are solving the last example from this exercise as well as from this chapter, example number 8. The sum of cost of one book of mathematics, physics and chemistry is rupees 210. Some condition related with cost of book of mathematics, physics and chemistry is given to us. Using this condition, question is to find out the cost of each book using matrices. So let us denote the cost of each book, means book of mathematics, physics and chemistry by rupees X, rupees Y and rupees Z respectively. Means what is our supposition? Cost of book of mathematics is rupees X, physics is rupees Y and chemistry is what? Rupees Z. So let us see what equations we will get using given condition. Our first condition says that the cost of one book of mathematics, we have denoted by X, cost of one book of physics by Y and cost of one book of chemistry by Z, and this total cost is given to us 210. In this way we have got first equation using the condition in the example. See the second equation. The cost of a mathematics book is X, 2 physics book. One physics book is for rupees Y, so 2 physics book is for rupees 2Y, and a chemistry book we have denoted by Z, and this value is equal to 240. Again, what is the total cost of a mathematics book? Means X, 3 physics books means 3Y, and 2 chemistry books means 2Z will be equals to 300. So in this way, using the condition in the given example, we have got 3 equation. Now we are solving this equation applying reduction method. So first write down matrix form of equation is. So we are writing these 3 equation in the matrix form. At that time, in the first matrix, we are collecting coefficients of x, y, z. In the first equation, these coefficients are 1, 1, 1. In the second equation, coefficients are 1, 2, 1. And in the third equation, 1, 3, 2. In the next matrix, we are collecting our variable, and in this last matrix, we are collecting constant term, that is 210, 240 and 300. Now, our aim is to convert this first matrix into upper triangular matrix, and means for that purpose, we have to convert these 3 elements into 0. So, to convert this element into 0, our operation is on R2. What should be our operation? R2 minus R1, R2 minus R1. Next operation is on the element of R3. What is that operation? R3 minus R1. R3 minus R1. So 1 minus 1 will become 0. Let us perform these 2 operations on the element of R2 and R3. So keep the element of R1 as it is 1, 1, 1. Keep this second matrix is always constant. On this side also keep the element of R1 as it is, that is 210. Now R2 minus R1 means 1 minus 1 is 0. Here 2 minus 1 will be equal to 1, and here 1 minus 1 will be equal to 0, and there 240 minus 210 will be equal to 30. Now perform this operation. Which operation? R3 minus R1, that is 1 minus 1 is 0. Again 3 minus 1 is 2, and 2 minus 1 will be equal to 1, and on that side 300 minus 210 will be equals to 90. So here we will get 90. Lastly, our operation is to convert this element into 0, means operation is on R3. So what is the element of R3? 2. 2 minus 2 means to get 2 here, I am multiplying to R2 by 2 and we are taking subtraction. So let us perform this operation on the element of R3. After this operation, definitely this matrix will become upper triangular. Operation is on R3, so keep element of R1 on both sides as it is. Even the element of R2 are also as it is. So R3 minus 2 R1, we are using corresponding element of R2 and we are multiplying to R2 by minus 2. So here 0 is there, so here we will get 0. Multiply by minus 2, 1 into minus 2 is minus 2 plus 2 is 0. Here 0 is there, so here this element does not changes. Multiply by minus 2, so here we will get minus 60 plus 90 will be equal to 30. Now we can observe that this matrix becomes upper triangular. Once this matrix becomes upper triangular, take the multiplication of these two matrices. So now observe what result we are getting if we are taking multiplication of these two matrices. On this side keep this matrix as it is. We know that whenever we are taking multiplication, multiply by row to the column. So x plus y plus z. So in the first row we will get x plus y plus z. Then 0 plus y plus 0 means y. 0 plus 0 plus z means z. So here we can observe that these two matrices are equal. That's why we are applying definition of equality of two matrices. Let us see what result we will get applying this definition. So here we can say that x plus y plus z will be equals to 210, y is equals to 30 and z is also equals to 30. Denote this equation by equation first. So here y and z are known to us. Remaining part is just to substitute the value of y and z in equation number first to find out the value of x. So now we are substituting, means put y is equal to and z is equal to 30 in equation first. Observe the equation first. X keep it as it is, y I am replacing by 30 and even z is also I am replacing by 30. On this side 210 keep it as it is. So which implies that x is equals to 30 plus 30 is 60 plus 60 on this side will become minus 60. So 210 minus 60 will be equal to 150. So in this way we have got the value of x, y and z. X means what? Cost of a book of mathematics. So therefore cost of a book of mathematics, physics and chemistry is rupees 150, rupees 30 and cost of chemistry book is also what? Z, means rupees 30 respectively. In this way we have got the cost of book of mathematics, physics and what? Chemistry. In this way we have completed this chapter. If you think that these videos are helpful to you, like the videos and share these videos with your friends also.